Innovate. Enable. The Changemakers Season 2 in association with CNBC-TV18.
Hello and welcome to Season 2 of The Changemakers on CNBC-TV18. I'm Mridhu Bhandari. In this series, we showcase how India Inc., through its groundbreaking corporate social responsibility initiatives, is creating a positive social change. Organizations that prioritize educating the underprivileged and working at the grassroots level for the betterment of the planet, whose actions are people-centric that eventually result in better economic opportunities for everyone, are today seen as the Changemakers. Our Changemaker on today's episode is Finolex Industries and its CSR partner, Mukul Madhav Foundation, that have both in fact been working in the fields of healthcare, education, and social welfare to assist the economically and the socially underprivileged sections of society. Today, we will delve deeper into understanding how they are creating a positive impact at the grassroots level with their numerous initiatives. Let's take a look.
Finolex Industries Limited is the largest manufacturer of PVC pipes and fittings in India and is also recognized as the second largest manufacturer of PVC resin in the country. In 2014, Finolex Industries Limited joined hands with the Mukul Madhav Foundation, an independent charitable trust set up in 1999 under the Bombay Public Trust Act. The shared vision of spreading hope and happiness, fueled with mission to stir waves of positive change through consistent efforts, Mukul Madhav Foundation's vision to focus at grassroots levels and work with utter perfection towards each project came to successful fruition by joining hands with MMF as a CSR partner.
Finolex was started by my father. He came to India as an immigrant just prior to partition, and he was about 15 years old. And when he came to India, he first came to Amritsar, then he went to Bombay, and then finally he came and settled in Pune. During that journey from Amritsar to Bombay to Pune, he used to basically work as a help in shops, as a cleaner, as a delivery boy. And one day the shop owner told him to distribute cables. And on his bicycle, he would carry 3-4 boxes and distribute to different shops. Over a period of time, he realized that distribution is key. If you can distribute products till the end, to the last customer, the last mile, that is the key. Being what he was, intuitive industrialist, he started manufacturing cables himself. And the word Finolex was coined because of fine and flexible wires, so Finolex. That was his journey of manufacturing cables and then PVC pipes and PVC, and then the rest is history. So from him, we learned that to give back to society is very important.
Mukul Madhav Foundation, we started with an intention to help with health and education in 1999. Of course, since then we have moved on to various different verticals. We have since then moved on to water conservation, we have moved on to sanitation, we have moved into women's skilling, empowerment of women. So we started off with just health and education, moved on to various different verticals, which are aligned with the CSR policies of 2014. And in 2014, in fact, we shook hands with Finolex Industries and became their CSR partners. So we were doing what we were doing as an entity called Mukul Madhav Foundation, and joining hands with Finolex gave us an opportunity to move into different verticals.
In 2008, Finolex Industries Limited donated 10 acres of land to the Mukul Madhav Foundation for the establishment of a school on the outskirts of Ratnagiri. As a result, Mukul Madhav Vidyalaya was established in 2010 in Golap, Ratnagiri. Equipped with the state-of-the-art infrastructure and a sound cohort of faculty, the school has been transforming lives of children from various villages in that geography. Spread over a sprawling 20,000 square feet, Mukul Madhav Vidyalaya provides adequate opportunities to the holistic development of the students.
We are providing all the facilities such as German, karate, piano, drums, tabla. All these activities are being provided to the students free of cost. Children are being trained in computers right from junior KG, and which help them to access their online classes with an ease during this pandemic situation of COVID-19.
The thing that I like about my school is doesn't only focus on studies, it also gives us many opportunities for curriculum activities. It's also taking online sessions on career based, so that also helps us to find what should we do next. It has also taken the gynecologist session for the girls, so it was very important to the girls' hygiene.
My child could not speak when the school started, but later on he has made great progress. Thanks to the teachers who took care of my child, I feel very satisfied.
To make quality healthcare accessible to as many people as possible, Finolex Industries Limited and Mukul Madhav Foundation have been upgrading and uplifting existing medical institutions and supporting needy patients with financial assistance to ensure they get treated. One of the initiatives under healthcare has been their Mission Cerebral Palsy, which was initiated in 2015 with the sole focus of giving children and young adults the treatment, surgery and support that they need and truly deserve. In this path-breaking endeavor so far, Finolex and MMF have successfully donated 178 wheelchairs and 104 commode chairs to homes of those diagnosed and 100 cerebral palsy chairs in the Zilla Parishad schools.
We started the Mission CP 5 years ago, where instead of asking the rural patient to come to the city, we decided to take care to his doorstep. So with Sancheti Institute, where I work, and Mukul Madhav Initiative and our College of Physiotherapy, we set up physiotherapy centers in the rural areas of Satara and Ratnagiri, where we provided specialty physiotherapy and diagnostic camps 3 times a year. We identified over 1,000 children. We documented their problems. Then we started giving them physiotherapy, orthotics at their native place. Now, if we detect any of these children who require intervention, any kind of injections, say Botox or surgery, then we bring these children to Sancheti Institute in Pune, where I operate on them free of cost at a very nominal charge. Again, the entire cost of this is borne by Mukul Madhav Foundation.
Right now, we have a total of 6 rehabilitation centers in rural Maharashtra in the districts of Ratnagiri and Satara. What we are providing in these rehabilitation centers is physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy services for these children with cerebral palsy. We are also, along with government organizations and the Mukul Madhav Foundation team, providing transportation services for these patients to be brought in from their homes. This has helped increase awareness as well as access to these rehabilitation centers. And we are seeing more and more numbers of children with cerebral palsy coming in for rehabilitation.
7 PHCs of Ratnagiri Taluka have been trained, their staff A&M trained by the Mukul Madhav Foundation doctor, so that they can help in early diagnosis of the cerebral palsy patients and also try to administer home-based physiotherapy. Also, they help us in regular follow-up of these patients. As a government agency, we try to assist them through logistics, whatever is needed during their peripheral outreach. All in all, this program is having a very good response from the people. That's what I have heard of till now. And we are trying to work hand in hand with the Mukul Madhav Foundation so that we can expand this program, increase its outreach, and we are actually able to detect each and every patient of cerebral palsy in the district.
Mukul Madhav Foundation helped two girls from Satara who had been affected by cerebral palsy by creating livelihood options for them and providing financial support to them. The foundation donated a sewing machine to Arpita Shivde and helped Priyanka Indalkar establish a petty shop to sell stationery, toffees, biscuits and cosmetics. Both the girls have opened their own bank accounts, which gives them control over their finances. Arpita has been helped by her mom in her business, and the villagers also extend her a helping hand. Priyanka's house is located on the main road, and there are 2 schools in the vicinity, which is beneficial for her business to succeed.
मी मुकुल माधव संस्थेने चालवलेल्या डे केअर सेंटरमध्ये जात होते. तिथे माझ्यावर डॉक्टरांनी खूप मला
I went to a daycare center run by Mukul Madhav Foundation. There, the doctors treated me and helped me a lot. I learned how to use sewing machines there. They gave me a sewing machine so I can do sewing now. I can make masks, vegetable bags, etc. I'm earning from it. I'm thankful to Mukul Madhav Foundation for their support.
मी त्यामुळे मुकुल माधव संस्थेची आभारी आहे.
आमची मुलगी प्रियंका ज्योतिराम इंदलकर.
My daughter Priyanka Jyotiram Indalkar is a cerebral palsy patient from the childhood. With the help of Mukul Madhav Foundation, the doctors treated her and her condition improved. Mukul Madhav Foundation helped our daughter in establishing a petty shop. We are indebted and grateful to Mukul Madhav Foundation for their gesture.
मुकुल माधव फाउंडेशनचे आम्ही सचनी ऋणी आहोत, आभारी आहोत.
We were invited by local authorities in Gujarat to see how we can help and support in the same way that we've been doing in Satara and Ratnagiri in Gujarat as well. So we're happy to see that this is expanding and definitely a vertical where we have been supporting since 2015. I am happy to see that this is moving and it's got a nice direction. Parents have become more positive towards supporting their own children rather than sort of hiding them behind the closets.
In 2017, Finolex and Mukul Madhav Foundation at the outset of Sassoon General Hospital, Pune, created 59-bedded neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, which is fully equipped with state-of-the-art life-saving equipment in collaboration with Dagdu Shet Halwai Ganapati Trust in April 2017. This project has benefited more than 6,500 babies till now.
Currently, we are a 59-bedded unit. That is 57 beds in the NICU plus 2 triage beds. Earlier, I think it was a smaller unit, about 40 beds. In terms of monitoring facilities and equipment, one is we have Mukul Madhav has given us something called an arterial blood gas machine that helps in processing, bedside blood results, particularly in ventilated babies. So we get reports as instantly as 1 or 2 minutes. That's a huge blessing for the clinician. Something called an ultrasound machine where we are able to, all the clinicians, that is whether it is me or it is the radiology or the cardiology team, we are able to perform bedside ultrasound. So the patient or the baby doesn't need to go to the service is being provided on the bedside. And also one of the important machines they have given us is something called therapeutic hypothermia. So for babies who are asphyxiated, whether they are inborn or outborn, as a brain protective measure, this is a machine that has been provided by MMF, which has been imported, and it's a really expensive machine. So it does help protect the brains of babies who may otherwise require it.
तर प्रीमॅच्युअर असल्यामुळे 6 महिने 4 दिवस माझं बेबी जन्माला आला तेव्हा फक्त 800 ग्रॅम होतं.
My baby was born premature in the 6th month. She was 4 days old and weighed only 800 grams. Then we were shifted to the NICU. She was on the ventilator for 40 days. We spent 1.5 months at the hospital. Then we saw a ray of hope that my baby would be fine. Like my baby, other babies got discharged too after some time and went home in 2018. Everyone is okay now. My sincere thanks to Mukul Madhav Foundation.
एकदम ओके आहेत. मुकुल माधव फाउंडेशन, thank you so much.
We set this up in collaboration with Dagdu Shet Halwai. We were also fortunate to receive grant support and donations from other donors from our donor circle. So I think this goes to show that what we preach at Mukul Madhav Foundation, which is collaboration and not competition. This is a true success story wherein like-minded people have come in from across various industries. There have been individual donors as well. However, Finolex being the biggest donor for this project, along with Dagru Shet Halwai, this was set up in 2017. We've taken caution and care to ensure that this ward is, as secure and well equipped as possible for the babies, for the staff, nurses, and for the families who are there.
On that note, it's time to take another short break right now. But on the other side, we look at how Finolex Industries and Mukul Madhav Foundation are working tirelessly towards water conservation and sanitation. You are watching Season 2 of The Changemakers exclusively on CNBC-TV18.
The Changemakers Season 2 in association with CNBC-TV18. The Changemakers Season 2 in association with CNBC-TV18.
Welcome back. You are watching Season 2 of The Changemakers. Well, India is currently facing the biggest crisis in its history, and it's not COVID-19. It is suffering from one of the world's worst national water crises. India is considered the center of the global water and sanitation crisis, as 50% of our population has no access to safe drinking water. Finolex Industries and Mukul Madhav Foundation are fighting tooth and nail to improve this situation. Take a look at how they are taking a lead role in providing safe water access to local communities.
The foundation provides support to clean and distilled reservoirs by increasing water capacity and provides water tanks to the villagers for storage and has been installing rainwater harvesting systems across the state. The initiative has impacted the villages of Satara, Sangli, Solapur and Pune as well. Finolex Pipes also inaugurated Amrit Kumbha, a water reservoir at Vadagaon Anand near Juna district, Pune, and Khadakwasla Dam Rejuvenation Project in collaboration with Green Thumb. The group provided assistance, which includes digging new wells, reviving old wells, installing electric pumps, supplying water through tankers to the villages, as well as setting up water filtration units, cleaning and creating existing cement nala bunds and water tanks.
When my wife gave me this idea that why don't we go into water conservation or into sanitation projects, I thought it was brilliant. It was like hand in glove. So she took it upon herself to focus on this project, on this vertical. She's done projects in Maharashtra, even in Pune, very close to our house, where she is helping the desilting. So by desilting, you're automatically recharging those water reservoirs which are there. And these water reservoirs then become fantastic catchment areas for the farmland around that area.
Due to sludge removal from Khadakwasla backwater area, the farmers in the villages of Khanapur, Gorhe, Donje, Grasingarh, Malkhed, Vardade got benefited a lot.
Finolex Industries and Mukul Madhav Foundation have been working closely in Palghar, Maharashtra and have completed the construction of 500 plus individual toilets for tribal villages in collaboration with Kherwari Social Welfare Association's Yuva Parivartan. These toilets are designed in an eco-friendly manner. Each toilet is equipped with solar light. This project has been undertaken as a goal to improve sanitation in the rural community of India. As a result of these efforts, 7 villages in the tribal districts of Palghar have been declared open defecation free, as stated by the authorities.
Under IRDP, our first project was to construct 50 individual household toilets in Sunale, Palghar district in Maharashtra. And today we are proud to say that we have made around 560 toilets so far, thanks to the support from MMF and Finolex.
Diseases have reduced since the installation of toilets. The toilets were installed on behalf of Finolex and Mukul Madhav Foundation. Earlier, people used to go for open defecation. They were afraid of being bitten by snakes or scorpions. Now people are using the toilets and they don't need to go out and open for defecation.
Tackling the biggest wave of reverse migration, Mukul Madhav Foundation also supported migrant workers who were worst affected by the sudden lockdown. Not only did they support hundreds of workers with essentials for their journey back home, but also ensured once they were back home, they could independently sustain themselves. In this endeavor, they trained the individuals to become skilled farmers with easy access to knowledge and resources.
When these migrants, for example, a group of them, 150 families that were moving from Mumbai, Thane, etc., moving into Palghar, where they are basically farmers, having their land, but working in urban cities, were now going back to their, their farms, going back to their homes and villages, but they didn't know how to get back to farming. So what we did was we tied up with a support group called Yuva Parivartan, and with them they did a training which we were funding with these 150 families on how to train them to know their soil, to know their land, to know how to go about doing their harvesting, plantations, etc. I'm very happy to see that movement has happened beautifully.
I used to cultivate paddy. Mukul Madhav Foundation gave us seeds and vegetables and helped us in growing better crop. And now we don't have to go out anymore.
Initiating one of its kind initiative, Mukul Madhav Foundation launched Give with Dignity, a pan-India mission to not only support 70,000 families who had lost their livelihoods with grocery and hygiene essentials, but also took it upon themselves to revive 120 small businesses that were severely affected by the lockdown. Under this initiative, majority of grocery essentials were procured from small farmers, local producers, and self-help groups to help them bounce back, and these ration kits were further distributed to marginalized individuals from extremely vulnerable and threatened communities. This initiative reiterated the Foundation's belief of collaboration, and they were supported by 40 plus corporates over and above individual donors in this mission. The likes of Indorama, Marico, Nestle are a few to name.
With a vision, created this whole program of giving with dignity and across country address the migrant population, workers, laborers, that they can celebrate in the festival with dignity.
When lockdown was placed, Mukul Madhav Foundation facilitated food trains for 400 people. We don't even know how our lockdown went. I thank them.
Finolex and Mukul Madhav Foundation has been working towards shaping a better world by hope and happiness through their numerous initiatives, and is also working tirelessly for the betterment of people and the planet.
Well, with that, it's a wrap of this edition of The Changemakers. We'll, of course, be back next week with some more inspiring stories of transformative change at the grassroots level. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
The Changemakers Season 2 in association with CNBC-TV18. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.